Hey everyone, Random Anime Reviewer here with episode number 7 of Random Anime Reviews. I'm starting to lose track of the count, but hopefully I can keep remembering. This week we have Pale Cocoon, a short from 2005 with stunning animation that would more than hold its own in the present and has a total runtime of about 22 minutes. Set in a post-apocalyptic world that resulted from the irresponsibility of the human race. It explores the relationship between two people that are akin to future renditions of archaeologists that have fundamentally different viewpoints about the significance of the role in the society. I thought this was a movie before I watched it, so I had some snacks ready and set up the room. And when I saw the runtime, I spent 5 minutes checking if it was actually true. I was disappointed, but when I started watching, I couldn't take my eyes off the screen. Anyway, I'm sure you're at least a little curious, so let's begin. Hit 'em with the intro. We are, in a symbolic sense, introduced to a character in a dark cubicle lit only by the illumination of the screens he is working on. We get a passive mention of his name that is hard to notice due to its insignificance in the order he is given. This character is a future rendition of what the role of archaeologist or possibly historian might look like. A job heavily based in the restoration of files based on code to obtain the information within them. You might be noticing I am very vague, but if I were to use the usual approach of giving the introduction with character analysis, it might take away from the experience of watching it, so I'm trying to be especially careful with the analysis part. So this character in the room has a fascination for this work as he wants to uncover the history of humanity and what life was truly like in the quote-unquote past, which is based on the life we are currently living right now. A population now lives underground in a bleak, climate-controlled environment. The world we are taking for granted and irreparably damaging, mistaking our universally minuscule temporary pleasure in a hedonistic ideology as a valid reason to be a part of the greatest possible theft of stealing the beautiful earth we have from future generations forever. We learn this character building his own personal collection of records is Ura, a lone man in a large office trying to piece together the world of the old. Seemingly, he is the only one who cares about learning about a world he can never experience. Unlike the others who used to work with him that find despair and sorrow from the wonders of the earth that will never be experienced again, with some even believing that all the records are fabricated. Ura wants to see as much of it as he can, hoping he can find something that he can experience from that world himself. His near addiction separates Ura from his friend Riko. It seems in the past there was more to their relationship. We can infer that the views Ura and Riko have about the records may be what caused a rift in their relationship. Riko becomes increasingly nihilistic over the course of the anime and distances herself from her job in the analysis division that deduces the context of the records after Ura restores them. Understandably, Riko feels that there is no point in putting together what the old world was like because it doesn't matter. This dichotomy causes the main conflict in the story that leads to their separation. Hedonism versus nihilism storylines that in the end make you stare at a black screen for minutes in silence. This is where I urge you to stop watching. Yes, stop watching. And actually watch the 20-minute short on any website because it's so short that the analysis will reveal too many details that are nicer to discover watching it yourself. Now, I will still try to not ruin the ending because of how tragic it is, just in case you want to watch the video to the end because you love the sound of my disembodied voice or just want to finish the video. Starting off with Ura and why he is so desperate in his work with the archives, we can see that he takes a high interest in the book in the video he is restoring. To them, a book is an obsolete technology used to store information only once. No form of information storage can actually retain information indefinitely. This is precisely why the archives have to be restored, since the devices holding them have corrupted over time. Finally, Ura is able to have some form of connection with the old world, a connection of progress and continuity between previously distinct lifestyles. Motivated by the connection, Ura doubles down in his work to decipher the audio and visual file that seems to be a rarity. Once restored, the video can be interpreted as propaganda for future generations, meant to give them hope. Overcome with the beautiful scenes he sees in the video, Ura now desires to see for himself this unattainable and uninhabitable world shown in the video and rushes to the surface. Ura wants what he can't have over a simple happy life and ends up with nothing. The hedonism he unknowingly practiced left him with nothing because in the pursuit of his pleasure, he only finds despair after leaving everything and everyone behind. Riko, with her nihilistic mentality, felt as she had nothing in the first place and remains to have nothing, but is blissfully ignorant of the true nature of their world. It is at this point that the humans of the old world had truly died. No one cared to remember them, thus becoming the nothingness that they came from, and might I add, rightfully so. The only thing they can be remembered for is dooming humanity. Symbolism was extremely strong in Pale Cocoon. Pale Cocoon itself as a name is a symbol. The Japanese word actually has two meanings, pale cocoon and blue egg. You might be wondering, okay, what does that mean? Well, the blue egg is the earth, the old world, if you will, and the pale cocoon is the environmentally controlled facility slowly dying as it becomes less and less habitable, and has one more meaning that I shall not reveal. Both contain life, but the human creation pales in comparison to the real thing. No matter what humans do, we can never replicate the life we have here on Earth, and more critically, maybe the Earth is better without us. Another symbol is the breaking of the elevator tension rope, showing the shattered reality of which I will not reveal, but have to admit I was in denial for a while after seeing it, coming up with all sorts of theories, but the answer is actually quite simple and devastating. All I can say is that they were lied to. Other symbols include the light in the stairway symbolizing hope, and the stairway itself in parallel with the restored video leading to nothingness, but also being a technology that remained essentially the same from the past. I bet if I watch it more times, I will pick up on more symbols, and there are definitely more that are minor, such as the Earth itself, and I'm not going to cover every single minor symbol, but when you notice them, they're really nice to see. Color choice and the palette were fantastic in setting both the tone and the mood. The rarely colorful scenes combined with the constant emptiness was used effectively to immerse viewers in this world. Animation was phenomenal, with occasional first-person perspectives and dynamic panoramas of the room, putting you in the exact same place of the characters and establishing the general environment. It is as if you were just watching them go about their day-to-day lives. Nothing special happening, no constant conflict or action, but rather slow, uneventful discourse typical of normal days. Oh, and the restored music videos were almost cynically beautiful. Clearly meant as a form of propaganda and hope to people, it hints the truth of their lives, which makes Ura go to see for himself. I hope you watch this anime, especially since it's only 20 minutes long with such a strong, well-developed message and themes that will benefit any that watch it. I can't think of anything that I have watched that has had so many powerful messages in such a short time. There is nothing that takes away from the experience except that we don't actually see the entire facility and their living conditions, which I was curious about, but with the runtime of the show being so short, it's understandable. It was done very well. I give this anime a strong 9, the highest ever rating I have given up until now, so watch it. I'm telling you that you won't regret it. After watching it, comment what you thought, how it made you feel, maybe what it meant to you, because I feel like there are a lot of things that can come out from different people watching this. It should be pretty easy to find it. Just search Watch Pale Cocoon online free or something like that, so go for it. As always, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. This is Random Anime Reviewer signing off. Zoop!